He knows that was ridiculous and unnecessary, but he gave us a good show.
And that's just, we talk about, being the best, but also the best. They have luck on their side as well. And that variation working out that Magnus would be able to win the H-pawn is just, that's why he's got that smile on, because he knows that was very fortunate and he didn't miss his opportunity.
Now to cool things down, we get a symmetrical game in the English opening. Half an hour remaining in this segment. Jose looking to just score some points, have some fun, play Magnus in a 3-hour blitz match.
Right.
The appearance fee alone, if you try to do that recreationally, might be it's just astronomical. So I think he's just trying to have a good time.
Yeah, of course. At this point, he almost looked just, shocked / impressed that last one went the direction that it did. He thought he had him, coming back, queening that pawn, but I'm telling you, with those low time constraints at the end, it is so difficult to defend that properly, let alone doing it properly with hours on the clock.
Yeah, exactly. When you said it was practically winning for white, it's definitely true. Here, d5, I mean, yeah, you look at c5, and there it is, and you immediately start to wonder, isn't this just a dream for white? Like, white's going to have queenside pressure. This reminds us of the G4. What a move.
I mean, that I see the idea to prevent knight f5, and I also recognize how knight f5 is very annoying. Hitting the d-pawn, not a great way to defend it, especially because bishop a6 was played, so knight e2 is not possible, but really? I'm not sure that I would solve that with pawn to g4, but he's making it look absolutely correct. Bishop to f4 can now tuck behind the g-pawn. h3 is there if, black tries some sort of move to dislodge the g-pawn, and yeah, covering b8, so you're earning the access on the b file for your own pieces.
What's funny is instead of bishop c4 by Jose, probably he needed to do something more emphatic.
Agree.
I just don't know. Yeah, I just don't know what exactly. But
yeah, sometimes it's like, I don't know, e5, d4, like sack and go. But to pull the trigger on an idea like that is really difficult to know that that's your exact moment to do it. And so Magnus kind of gets away with a g4 move.
I like white's game. I definitely feel it's much easier. You can bring the queen. You can even start h4, h5, like a same side, king side attack, because the queen, the bishop, the knight, the rook, all standing over there, the knight playing defense. Yeah, this is definitely on the cards.
Yeah, I like it right away. I'm trying to figure out what to do instead. Pick note queen, it takes a3. There's always just every rook shoving over. Rook a1, rook b1. Very surprised that he even bothered to save it, but I think it's not because he cared about the a-pawn, it's because he wants to play knight b5.
Right, exactly. He might not even go for h4. All right, it's a queenside infiltration. We're not getting an h4. We're getting a...
hold on, though. I like your idea. Maybe it's just temporary, because you can also coordinate queen f4, h4, the f7 pawn as well.
Oh, man. If the rook can go b7 to d7 and just live in your position, you know something's wrong. Bishop c7, I'm on. Oh, my goodness.
And the queen on a5 is almost trapped, let alone the fact that we're just winning the exchange here.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, I don't think you can really come back from this. Also, queen b4, you start... Yeah, he's just going to sack. And knight d5 is the icing, I think, at the end.
You have to not lose your pieces here, but you should be quite all right. Drop the knight back, and so on.
Yeah, I wonder what move you're going to do, though, because knight b3, knight takes d4? Aren't we... We're really getting in there with the pieces.
Queen a2 is nice. Guess the queen is always safe here. Because this knight will have to... One of the knights will have to land on d4 after the sequence. And that will allow white to then just push. And the queen's just totally out of the game.
Yeah, in the good way. Sometimes you're like,
Yes.
the piece is out of the game, but here
Yes.
I know what you mean. It's like the queen is in no danger. The knight, you want to get as far away from that piece as possible.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant. It can't be touched by the bishop, the knight, the bishop, the rooks are all the way back. And Magnus will look to build on his lead. And he looks absolutely ecstatic about his position.
Nobody looks ecstatic about their position here.
It's g5 instead. Nice restricting move. Okay. The blue arrow has been reactivated for anybody curious.
The magic blue arrow, yep. That will indicate the best move in the position. Pawn to c6. No surprise, Magnus is up to task.
And it looks like you're just losing a pawn, but you could take it, but even rook c1 is just so nice. And once you start trading down all the material, which you don't even have to rush with, black just can't defend. h4 is there, knight g4, knight f6 is there. This is nice, actually. This is tricky.
So Magnus is disliking his position a lot more than the engine, because he's been playing with this air of he's very reluctant every single move. But the engine is saying, hey, no problem at all.
Bishop e4 is nice, make room for the king. It's still very tricky, but Jose only has queen a5. Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, queen a5. Every piece is loose here, and with 3 seconds, good luck covering. 2 bishops hanging. Rook d1 not available. I don't see a move. Jose does not find